up, guys? It's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Today we're going to be reacting to the Barcelona news over the past 24 hours. Xavi has gone to the boardroom and given his request for the summer. After signing Christensen and Francisco, Xavi also wants another striker. He wants a left back, he wants a right back, and he also wants a winger if Adama or Ousmane Dembele leave the club. 4 strikers have been linked with quite a lot, with of course the priority being Haaland and Lewandowski. We've also been linked with Darwin Nunez, Gabriel Jesus, Rafael Leao as well. And with the fullbacks, we've been linked with so many left backs over the past 24 hours. Javi Galan being the priority, Marcus Alonso, Gaia, Grimaldo, Tagliafico, Sosa, and Bensebaini as well from the Bundesliga. But with players coming in, players have to leave this summer. So many players are on the exit block this summer for Barcelona: Coutinho, Pjanic, Trincao, Braithwaite, Bengueta, Lenglet. The question is for Barcelona, how will they leave? Free agents, loans, will Barcelona even get a transfer fee? And of course, reducing the wage bill is absolutely key. And finally, contract renewals. This week will be the week of meetings of contract renewals. Mateo Alemán will be meeting with the agents of Roberto, Dembele, Gavi, and also Araujo. The question is, by the end of this week, who will renew their contract at Barcelona? But before we get into it, make sure you guys smash that like button down below. Let's try to get to 300 likes in this video. Be very much appreciated. Also make sure you hit the subscribe button down below if you haven't already, and let's get into it. Let's start off with the transfer news over the past 24 hours. Now, over the past 24 hours, Xavi has made a request to the Barcelona board on which position he wants to strengthen this summer. Cat Radio Xavi Lemos came out saying that Xavi has informed the sports sector about the areas of the squad would need improvement this summer. The player he wants are as follows: 1 left back, 1 right back, 1 winger if Ousmane Dembele or Adama Traore leaves, and 1 top striker, the priority. And of course, at this current moment, Andreas Christensen and Francisco will arrive this summer, but Xavi believes that that is not enough at this current moment. Now, we need fullbacks 100%. We all know that. I think with the winger situation, I think again depends on Ousmane Dembele and Adama. I think the club want to probably extend Adama's loan for another season rather than going by Rafinha for 40, 50, 60 million, wherever it may be. Striker being the priority, I think it's a bit, meh. Like, I understand why Laporta wants that and Xavi wants that, but I think for me, the defense is the most important thing. Again, fullbacks this season have pretty much cost us. We've had a lot of injuries in that position. Jordi Alba had no cover. And of course, Dani Alves came in late in January and was not registered for the Europa League. I think this list is pretty strong. Of course, already got a center back and a midfielder, bring in a striker, a right back and left back. That's 5 signs, and that'll be a very, very strong summer. And of course, a winger if needs be. So let's now discuss some of those players that we've been linked to. We've been linked with a lot of, top strikers over the past 24 hours. We've been linked with a lot of left backs and right backs as well. Let's first take a look at some of the strikers that we've been linked with over the past 24 hours. There is quite a lot. Firstly, of course, the priority is Erling Haaland. Sport came out saying that Joan Laporta and Miralem met a few days ago to discuss about Erling Haaland. The president has once again conveyed Barcelona's willingness to make one last effort for the Norwegian striker. Barcelona's chances convincing Erling Haaland goes to the sporting project that is built, of course, where he would be a great reference point for Xavi's team. But Miralem told Joan Laporta that Haaland is willing to leave Borussia Dortmund, but has not decided which club he'll play for next season quite yet. In addition, Raiola has informed that the decision will be exclusively to the player. Raiola also warned Laporta that it will be difficult for Barcelona to sign Haaland this summer, as Manchester City and Real Madrid, who have a greater financial muscle, are ahead of the race in the moment. So, according to this report, Raiola has said, look, Haaland will decide 100%. I will not influence it whatsoever. I will just make it happen. Your offer is good, but Man City and Real Madrid's offer currently are better altogether. Not just, sportingly, the sporting and the finances altogether. Man City and Real Madrid's offer are currently better than Barcelona, which of course we do already know. And also, Luis Rojo from Marca came out saying that Erling Haaland lacks the possibility of playing for Barcelona, but Barcelona cannot compete with Man City or Real Madrid financially. Barcelona are still in talks with the CBC deal and also needs to reduce the wage bill. It seems very difficult at this moment. I think if Haaland tells Barcelona, look, I will choose you, I want to come, Barcelona will sign a CBC deal, chuck a lot of players out like, Luke, Martin, Braithwaite, all that sort of stuff that make that wage bill smaller. I'm not worried about that. The question right now is, will Haaland choose Barcelona? I don't know. I think as long as he doesn't choose Real Madrid, I'm okay. I'll be good. I think he will go to Man City. As you can see, they desperately need a striker. They're like 1 striker away from being, a world-class masterpiece team with everything they need, including the manager. So and they also offering him the most money as well. I think if it was just down to sporting project, Barcelona would win. I think if we did match Man City's offer, he would come to Barcelona. But you look at the sporting project of Barcelona and Man City, they're pretty close, and Man City offering more money. Like Mazzawari going to Bayern Munich, it makes more sense for him to choose Man City, but we'll wait and see. But no doubt right now, the backup option for Erling Haaland right now is Robert Lewandowski, and Luis from Marca also came out saying that Barcelona like Lewandowski a lot. Laporta has a great relationship with his agent Xavi. The problem right now is the transfer fee and whether to opt for a short-term solution. Bayern Munich still want to renew his contract and could ask for 60 million euros this summer for his signing. I would not pay a penny more than 30 for Lewandowski. He's a short-term solution, come in for 2 seasons, bag some goals, and then hit the road. If he was like Haaland's situation, Haaland's age, okay, you can ask for 60, you can ask for 70. I'm not paying 10 million short of Erling Haaland for Lewandowski, especially with 1 year left on his contract. His value right now is probably around 40, I would say, and they're asking for 60. Now, over the past few days, Bayern Munich side, their manager, Nagelsmann, their sporting director, Oliver Kahn, all they say is Lewandowski will not leave 100%, even does not renew, he will stay. You don't let a player who scores 50 goals a year leave, even if it's for, free. We'll talk with him, we think he's going to renew, we still haven't talked to him quite yet. I honestly don't think this Lewandowski deal will happen. I 100% believe he is the backup option for Haaland, he is, plan B. But I think that Bayern Munich will keep him. Even if they don't renew him, they'll probably, talk to him this summer. If he says no, they'll keep him. They'll try and talk to him again in January, and then maybe they'll let him go for free. Because again, like Oliver Kahn said, you don't let a player who scores 50 goals, 40 goals a season, you don't let him go. That doesn't make sense. So we'll wait and see with Loa. It is as difficult as Erling Haaland, but again, the two priorities in that position, in the striker position, is these two players. The question is, can Barcelona sign one of them? Now, aside from Erling Haaland and Robert Lewandowski, there are other forwards that Barcelona are currently monitoring at the moment. Again, it's coming in from Luis from Marca. He came out saying, here are some of the forwards that Barcelona are keeping their eyes on as well. Firstly, Rafael Leao from AC Milan, Laporta's favorite. Milan don't want to sell him, and he's also close to renewing his contract with AC Milan. Darwin Nunez, Barcelona have been following him a lot, but he is very expensive, around 75 to 100 million euros. Last option is a new name over the past few months, Gabriel Jesus from Manchester City. Could leave Man City for around 30 million euros if Haaland arrives to Man City this summer. Now, what do you guys think Jesus at Barcelona? I think the question is, would I rather spend 30 million on Gabriel Jesus or Lewandowski? I think probably go for Lewandowski first, but I think Jesus is not a bad option. Of course, he can fit into the team nicely. He's got some good pace, finishing a bit questionable here and there sometimes. I mean, it's better than no one. But I don't see him as a Barcelona. I don't think he would make that move to Barcelona. I think he'd probably stay at Man City and push for his spot because they already have an unbelievable squad. And of course, it says here that Laporta's favorite is Rafael Leao. But there is another favorite striker of Joan Laporta that you all probably know, and that is, of course, João Felix. Sport came out saying that signing João Felix this summer continues to be a Barcelona dream. Atletico Madrid don't want to sell him, but they fail to qualify for the Champions League. Jorge Mendes will pressure for the transfer. Guedes, Adama, and Trincao could be used as well. This is just a dream. It's not, even if Atletico Madrid don't get in the Champions League, which they will do 100% by getting top 4, I don't think they'll let go of João Felix. They made a massive investment of. Remember, they paid more than what we did for Antoine Griezmann and Ousmane Dembele. They paid around 140 million euros for this player. They won't just let him go for 70 or 60 or wherever it may be. Although Jorge Mendes is one of the super agents around, he could make that happen, but I think it's very, very unlikely. So at the 4 players, of course, Felix, Leao, Nunez, and Jesus. I honestly think at the moment that Jesus is the most likely option. I think Nunez is probably the best option at the 4, but he's going to be really, really expensive. And also, he is a bit of a risk coming in from the Portuguese league to La Liga. Of course, Suarez recommended him about 6 years ago when he was at Almeria in La Liga as well. Nunez is a big, big risk, and the question now is, with the club's financial situation, do they want to risk that? We'll have to wait and see, but no doubt a striker this summer is the priority for Barcelona. Now, along with a striker, another priority for Xavi, his staff, and the Barcelona board this summer is going to be to reinforce both fullback positions, and we have been linked with a lot of fullbacks, more specifically left backs. Firstly, coming in from Sport 1, they've come out saying that Barcelona are looking for a left back to provide competition for Jordi Alba this summer. And the latest name that has been linked with the Camp Nou is Ramy Bensebaini of Borussia Mönchengladbach. Now, remember, we've been linked with him a few years ago, but since then, it's been quiet. Of course, the Algerian fullback, he's very, very decent, but I don't think he has that potential to be a Barcelona left back as a starter. He could be a decent option, come off the bench, sure, but as that starter, I don't think he's at that level. Another name that we've also been linked with over the past, of course, few days is Borna Sosa, staying in the Bundesliga as well. Christian Folk came out saying that Barcelona want to sign Borna Sosa from Stuttgart this summer. Borussia Dortmund are also interested, but talks with Barcelona and Sosa's environment are very concrete, and Stuttgart would sell him for around 25 million euros, which of course is his release clause. Again, like I said to you guys last time, I never heard of the guy. I've seen some, YouTube games of him, not YouTube games, YouTube highlights, but I think with same with Bensebaini, I think he won't reach that level of a starting left back at Barcelona. But as a backup for Jordi Alba for the last 2 years of his prime at the club, it could be an option. To be honest, he is better than no one. Now, one player that we've been linked with a lot, I would say, over the past year or so, most specifically in the past few months, is a Chelsea left back, and that is Marcos Alonso. Alfredo Martinez came out saying the name of Marcos Alonso was on Barcelona's radar last summer, but Chelsea did not let him leave. Alonso is out of a contract next year, and this option cannot be ruled out in the future. Now, if he's for free next summer in 2023, I think Barcelona will be all over it. This summer, with the uncertainty of Chelsea's ownership, all that sort of stuff, it will be very, very difficult. But Alfredo Martinez saying here, keep an eye on him for the future. Barcelona haven't always been interested in him, and he will be for free in about a year's time. So I think, again, we've seen with Chelsea, he has some good days, some bad days, more specifically some bad days, but on his day, he could be a Barcelona left back in my opinion. Now, right now, the number one priority in the left back position, without a doubt, from Xavi and maybe also the Barcelona board, is Javi Galan from Celta Vigo. Fernando Polo from Mundo Deportivo came out saying the name of Javi Galan has gained strength recently. Xavi likes him a lot. Also, Alex Grimaldo, Tagliafico, Alex Moreno, Marcos Alonso, and Jose Gaya are also on the club's radar. And Ramy Bensebaini and Borna Sosa are names recently added to the list as well. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 names for the left back position for Barcelona this summer. I just hope we sign someone. Honestly, with the left backs that we had over the past few seasons, we just have to bring someone in who can compete with Jordi Alba and also have the opportunity to take over Jordi Alba. I think everyone can do that on this list except for Alonso, Bensebaini, and Sosa. I think Moreno would be excellent. Tagliafico can come in and do a job over the next few years. Gaya, of course, is my dream. Grimaldo, I think, would be absolutely fantastic. But Javi Galan is the main objective right now. He is Xavi's bet for the left back position. We'll have to wait and see, but the club do want to sign left back this summer, and Xavi has made it one of his priorities. Let's now discuss the players who have been rumored to leave Barcelona over the past 24 hours. Now, there is a lot of names, so I will go through it in a quick fire fashion. Firstly is Sergiño Dest coming in from Sport. They've come out saying that Sergiño Dest's future will depend on his performances toward the end of the season. And if Azpilicueta finally ends up at Barcelona, one of Dani Alves or Dest is likely to leave the club this summer. Again, Azpilicueta's deal right now is looking on the ropes. It's looking unlikely, but if he does come in, one of Dest or Alves will leave. I also will not rule out, Dest going to left back, then all four of them staying, including Jordi Alba as well. We'll wait and see, but again, with Dest, it does depend on his performances from now until the end of the season, especially coming back from injury, with some main names who could leave the club coming in from Sport as well. They've come out saying that Inter Milan are interested in both Miralem Pjanic and Memphis Depay. Coach Inzaghi likes them a lot. Pjanic will return from Besiktas in the summer, and Serie A could be his destination. There are many forwards in this current squad, thus Memphis will likely leave the club this summer. I think, of course, Pjanic will 100% leave, but with Memphis, there's going to be that big question mark. I think it depends on who we bring in as our striker. If we bring in Gabriel Jesus, for example, I think Depay could stay. If it's Lewandowski or Haaland, I think he will leave because he wants to be, close to the starting lineup and on the bench. He wants to be in that region. He doesn't want to be a bench player 100%. If he could be on the bench, he will leave. But if he can, reach that point of becoming a starter, I think he will stay. And of course, Pjanic is dead wood. He has to leave the club this summer. And also, Mundo Deportivo came out saying that Philippe Coutinho, Trincao, Pjanic, and Naki Peña, and Alex Collado, who despite performing at a good level on their loans away from the Camp Nou, have many options to return to Barcelona once the season is over, and then Barcelona will readdress their situation in the summer. So, of course, we have a lot of players out on loan. Don't even forget about Antoine Griezmann as well. Coutinho's going to leave. Trincao's going to leave. Pjanic's going to leave. I think there's going to be a big question mark around Collado and Naki Peña. I think if Collado can impress in preseason, he could be an option to stay at the club, especially if Adama leaves or maybe Dembele does not renew. But most likely for him, I think we could see him go out on loan again or be sold with a buyback option. I think Naki Peña could be the backup for Marc-Andre ter Stegen, of course, because Neto will leave the club. The question is, will he also impress in preseason and also for the rest of his loan at Galatasaray right now? We got a lot of players to get rid of, man. There is a lot of dead wood at this club still. I think Joan Laporta has done a good job so far over the past year of getting rid of them, but there's still quite a few left. We haven't even talked about, long left, Umtiti and Mingueza as well. A lot of dead wood that we had to get rid of this summer, especially if you want to make a lot of top quality signings this summer as well. Now, I want to talk about two more players. One player whose future right now is very much in doubt and could still end up staying at Barcelona this summer is Luuk de Jong. Alfredo Martinez from Sport came out saying that Barcelona are interested in extending Luuk de Jong's stay for another season. His professionalism is highly valued, but it will be very difficult as his Sevilla contract ends next summer in June 2023. His value has increased recently, and Sevilla could sell him or keep him as well. I think even if the club want to keep him, it's going to be very, very difficult unless we actually, buy him from Sevilla, which personally I would not do. I would be more interested in another loan for another year. Maybe he can extend his contract for one season at Sevilla and then extend his loan at Barcelona. But I think with his contract ending, him wanting a starting role, being more prominent, and then Sevilla wanting to cash out on him, it will be very difficult. And there's also our reports coming out from Sport as well saying that Luuk de Jong will not continue at Barcelona next season. He will return to Sevilla, who will look to cash in on him following his good performances. And Luuk did arrive on loan to cover for a survival season, and there are currently many forwards in the squad. So we're hearing 50-50 reports. Some people say he could stay, some people saying that he will leave. In the end, if he stays, there is that big could around it. It's not guaranteed. We'll wait and see. We still have, of course, a few more games till the end of the season. I think, like I said, I'll say it again, as that third option, if he wants to stay there and be that, I wouldn't mind keeping him, but it will be very difficult because, of course, Sevilla still own him. Now, lastly, one striker who, has got to leave the club this summer is Martin Braithwaite. Luis Rojo from Marca came out saying that Barcelona will try to sell Martin Braithwaite in the summer. Xavi appreciates his professionalism but does not count on him in the squad. Everything indicates that the Dane will accept an exit, especially with the World Cup coming up. Now, what this says there, Barcelona will try. It's not will. We better sell Braithwaite this summer. He should have gone last summer. He stuck around, got lucky, and got a season-ending injury. Came back in January and he's played what? Not even an hour since then. He's dead wood. He had some moments here and there, but he's not Barcelona quality. You and I both know that, so he's got to leave this summer. I think if we can get anywhere around 10 million euros would be an absolute steal. But I am worried the club will load him and or let him go for free. Let's try and get some money from these players, man. I know they're deadwood. I know the most important thing is getting rid of their wages, but let's try and get some transfer fees out of these players. I think you can easily get Braithwaite, 5 to 10 million euros. We're hearing that the Premier League's interested. There's bare money there. West Ham want him. Everton, we're hearing Valencia and Celta Vigo as well. They can all pay a transfer fee. 5 million, 10 million would be perfect for Braithwaite. And again, he has got to leave the club this summer. And let's hope Barcelona can sell players this summer, get rid of the wage bill, and also bring in a transfer fee as well. Let's now discuss some contract renewal updates around the first team at Barcelona. We're actually going to discuss all of them at once because this all came in from Fernando Polo from Mundo Deportivo. He came out with an extensive report. He came out saying that this week will be the week of renewal meetings at Barcelona. This week, Mateu Alemán hosts to complete and seal the renewal of Ronald Araujo. There are also meetings scheduled with the agents of Gavi, Roberto, and Dembele, with whom an agreement are not close. Firstly, on Araujo, Alemán and Araujo's agent will have one final meeting next week to close the fringes and set a date to sign the contract. Araujo has already made it clear that he will stay despite heavy interest from the outside. On Gavi, Mateu Alemán and Gavi's agent will also meet this week. Undoubtedly, Gavi wants to stay, but he wants an economic adaptation in accordance to his role. He also has several offers from top clubs around Europe. All parties believe that they will reach an agreement in the end. Now, hold on a second here. We have a 17-year-old asking for money. This is what it means here. Economic adaptation means, look, I'm a starter. I want to earn what, Frankie de Jong is earning, not Busquets, but you know what I mean. He wants to have a starting role salary. Tranquilo, Gavi, tranquilo. You're a fantastic player. You're 17 years old. Your big payday will come in the future. It does not come now. Same thing with Busquets, Piqué, Jordi Alba, all the veterans. They all had this experience. Same with Roberto as well. After that PSG game when he got his contract renewal the next season, pay goes up. You gotta, work your way up there. Despite the fact you're showing quality, who knows, it could be a flop over the next 20 years. No one can predict the future. So I'm a bit, skeptical that a 17-year-old is asking for this kind of money, but in the end, I think Gavi will renew, like I've always said, like Ronald also said as well. Just one more meeting to, sit down, go through the final numbers, all that sort of stuff. Now, also, Fernando Porto came out saying that Gavi is being tracked by almost all the top clubs as his contract will end in 2023, but the injury of Bayern Munich is especially worrying. Bayern Munich are very attentive to the situation, and Barcelona know this, but Barcelona trusts that he will eventually renew his contract with Barcelona. So wait and see. He is asking for some money here. That's why the club has to sit down and negotiate again. But both the club and the player believe that in the end, he will renew his contract. Now, onto the two more difficult contracts. Firstly, Sergi Roberto, Haaland Roberto's agent will meet on Tuesday. Xavi and Laporta are not against him staying, but some sectors of the club favor his exit. In any case, Barcelona's renewal offer will be very low. He wants to stay, Roberto of course, but not at any price. This is already what we know. The big question is, will Roberto accept that squad player salary and stay at Barcelona, or leave and get a bigger payday? I think Mateo Morito also came out saying that, look, Roberto has bigger offers elsewhere, Atletico Madrid, Valencia, Real Betis, blah, 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 whoever it may be. The question now is, will he accept lower money and stay at his boyhood club, fourth captain, La Masia, born and bled, yada, 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 and stay, or will he leave? And with Franck Kessie coming in, he is, of course, challenging for his place in that midfield. If Roberto does stay, he could come in as a right back, that right back interior, cut inside, all that crap too. So we'll wait and see. Is that Roberto though? Will he accept that low money as a squad player and stay at Barcelona, or take a big payday and end his career at Barcelona? And last but not the least is, of course, Ousmane Dembele. Ousmane Dembele's agent assured Barcelona that he can make some adjustments in the player's salary, but will not renew at any price. His entourage wants a big sign-on bonus, something which Barcelona don't contemplate paying. So apparently Moussa Sissoko has told Barcelona, look, we can adjust the salary, that's not a problem, but I want that 40/20, whatever it may be, million euro sign-on / renewal bonus. I think that Dembele has to stay for me. Dembele is a player who we all know on his day, fully fit, is one of the best players in the world in his position, but the money that he's asking for is bloody ridiculous. Dembele's been in the club now for almost 4 years, and he has, up until the last 2 months, he has done jack shite at this club. For him to come to the club, whether it's him or Sissoko, I don't care, it's his camp, coming to the club and asking for ridiculous salaries and ridiculous sign-on bonus, tells me he doesn't. I want to say tells me that he doesn't love the club, but then again, you see the cameras following him in the games over the past few games. He's showing passion, desire, ambition on the field. It looks like he loves Barcelona. He's on the sideline coaching with Xavi, for crying out loud, but yet he comes to the boardroom and asking for 800k a week and 40 million euro sign-on bonus. It makes no sense to me. I don't know if it's him, his agent. I think it was just up to the player. He would stay, but I think his agent, of course, trying to get the best deal for his client, which is understandable, but 800k a week and 40 million euro sign-on bonus is not the best deal. That is a ridiculous ripoff. Well, wait and see. I still think it's unlikely. I still think, 95% he will leave the club, but there is that 5% of hope now with him performing well. Xavi desperate, and I mean desperate, to renew his contract, and Dembele also wanting to stay as well. We'll wait and see. I think, again, quick recap, Araujo will be fine. I think Gavi will be fine in the end. But of course, there is some interest in top European clubs for him. Roberto, if he's got that squad role, he'll stay. If not, he will go. And with Dembele, it's a matter of fact of him lowering his demands. If he lowers his demands, what Barcelona want to offer, he will stay. Otherwise, he will leave the club. But big week ahead for contract renewals. There will be meetings, of course, despite playing midweek against Real Sociedad and on the weekend against Rayo Vallecano. There are some big games ahead, but this week will be the week of contract renewal meetings at Barcelona. Now, the final topic that I want to discuss before I end off this video is give you guys an injury update on Ansu Fati. Firstly, coming in from Fernando Porto from Mundo Deportivo. He's come out saying that no one at the club wants to take any risk with Ansu Fati. He was supposed to return for the hypothetical Europa League semi-final on the 28th of April. The game against Rayo Vallecano on the 24th is considered a bit too early. He could finally play his first match back against Real Mallorca on May the 1st. Javi Galan from AES came out saying that it has been discovered that Ansu Fati will play against Cadiz. Everything indicates that he will return against Rayo Vallecano this weekend on Sunday, but Barcelona want to manage his recovery with caution, and the priority is him being totally fit to play. The way I see it now is, why did he do the surgery? The surgery was, a better option, and in the end, we're out of everything. We're not winning anything this season. What's the point of coming back early? He should have done the surgery. I said that from the beginning as well. Now he's going to come back and it's like, whatever, right? He's going to go play in Sydney for that Australian whatever game against their All-Stars, and then that's it. I mean, there should be, I honestly I wouldn't play him till like mid-May. He has to be 500% fit. There's no risk whatsoever. What's the point? We're not fighting for anything. Yeah, you could say the league, but that's pretty much done after Real Madrid beat Sevilla. He should have done the... Everything over the past few months at this club has been so frustrating, including Ansu Fati. I understand, the first surgery was very traumatizing for him. He didn't want to go through that again, but it was a better option. In the end, you're still going to be out for the rest of the season because, season's done now. You're going to come play the last 3 games. Like I said back a few months ago, he'll come back for, the last 3 games as, a final hooray, and, we'll see him again next season. But again, don't rush him back. Take your time. You got nothing to fight for. We'll see him when he returns. But again, it could be very, very soon, in about the next week or so. So that was my reaction to the Barcelona news over the past 24 hours. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like. And of course, leave me your thoughts down below in the comments on everything we discussed. The main thing I want to firstly, about Haaland Lewandowski, you think we'll sign either of these 2 players this summer? Secondly, on those left backs, out of the 8 names I gave you, who would you sign this summer and why? Thirdly, on those exits, Trincao, Coutinho, Pjanic, Depay, Luuk, Braithwaite, who do you think will actually leave and also bring in a transfer fee to Barcelona this summer? And finally, on those contract renewals, who do you think will end up renewing their contract? And of course, make sure you guys subscribe down below if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Take care and Forza Barca.
Yeah.